industry. So, don't make fun of my drawings. This is a 1993 Chevy Suburban. And in 1993, this cost around $21,000. Now, this is a 2018 Chevy Suburban, and it costs around $47,000. Now, if we take inflation into account, this 1993 Chevy Silverado or Suburban would cost around $42,000. Not much of a price difference, you guys see? But this 2018 Chevy Silverado has a remote start. It has backup camera, and it has that crazy technology you guys are probably not aware of, but seatbelts. So how is it that this car from 1993 is almost the same price as a car with all these modern features? Kind of crazy, right? And it's not just Chevy Suburbans. Actually, 7% of all cars in the U.S. or all cars sold in the U.S. Have only increased 7% in price in the last 25 years, as it relates to goods such as food and energy, which have risen over 86% in the last 25 years. So, who can be thanked to this? Well, NAFTA. In 1994, NAFTA was established between, it was a trade agreement that was established between Canada, Mexico, and the United States. And basically, what this did was eliminate tariffs between these three countries, basically taxes on imported and exported goods. So the U.S. really hoped that this would increase investments and also kind of boost the economy in Mexico, which would in turn slow down or lower illegal immigration into the states. And NAFTA really benefited, or the auto industry really benefited from NAFTA, because now materials from these three countries can be traded almost freely between one another. Well, sort of. If a car was made up of at least 62.5% of materials from Mexico or United States or Canada, it wouldn't be hit with a tax or a tariff. If it didn't meet that requirement, and if it was built in overseas, it would be hit with a 2.5% tax. So most of those cars that you can think of is probably like BMW, Mercedes, and Audis, those cars you see in the streets now, those are all hit with a 2.5% tariff. So basically, let me kind of demonstrate how this is done. So this is a 2016 Ford Mustang, right? The motor was probably built here in the United States. The doors were probably molded in Canada. The tires probably came from like South Korea or something. The seatbelts most likely from Japan. The seats, they came from probably built in Mexico. And then in the end, the whole car was assembled here in the United States. And altogether, about 65% of the parts that made up this car were made in North America. So it made the tax cut. And that's how it's done. Around 75% of the cars that are sold in the US actually meet this requirement. All the top 4 auto manufacturers in the United States, that's Ford, GM, Toyota, and Chrysler, they all fall under this criteria. So there's a lot of controversy around NAFTA though. Around between 1993 and 2003, there's been about a third of auto manufacturing jobs that have been lost here in the United States, and a lot of those same jobs have been built in, or have been growing in Mexico. And actually, there's been some studies done, and a lot of those losses can actually be tied to, or 5% of those losses can be tied to a trade with Mexico, but the majority of them are actually done because of of automation and technology advancements in